Hey everybody, this is Dustin from TDG, and we are standing on this hillside up above Deadwood to talk about marketing. Specifically, marketing for your hospitality business. Now this hill looks a lot like any other hill in the Upper Rockies. We've got big tall ponderosa trees, we've got rocks, we've got hundreds of pine cones. But it's actually a pretty special spot for a couple of different reasons. But the reason we're going to focus on is this little guy right down here. This little purple flower is called a pasque flower, and it's kind of special. It only comes out for 2, maybe 3 weeks in the springtime, after all of the snow melts. That's the only time of the year that you can come up and see this little guy. This is a great example of a story that you can tell your guests to build your business in the shoulder season. So if you're like most hospitality businesses or tourism businesses, you have a very distinct off-season, peak season, shoulder seasons. You don't need more business in the peak season. You're probably not going to grow a lot in the off-season, but your shoulders are where you can build your business a little bit. And one of the ways that you can do that is by telling stories to your guests of the experiences that they can only get during the shoulder seasons. This is an example of one of them. This time of the year, hotel occupancy in this area is 30 to 50%. There is room to grow for sure. This experience, seeing these flowers, and if you're in the right spot, these flowers cover the hillsides up here. Just a little bit further up this road, they're purple carpets over the hills. The only way that you can see that is if you are in this area for this very narrow window in the shoulder season. Now this is a very simple, kind of silly story. It's a very small little purple flower, but there are other stories that you can tell to bring people in during the shoulder seasons. For example, we worked with a great destination consultant named Mike Bento with Engage Strategies on the community of Gardner, Montana. Now they're a gateway community to Yellowstone National Park. Same problem. During the peak summer season, they have tons of people, but they want to grow during the shoulders. So Mike came up with a couple of great stories to tell visitors to increase their shoulder season business. One of the stories is during the springtime when all of the baby animals are born. It's baby season. So you've got baby elk and baby bison running all over that part of the park and that part of Montana. The only time that you can see that is if you're out there during the spring. That's an experience you can only get that time of the year. Another story is in the fall when the elk rut starts and you've got the elk bugling at night and they're fighting each other and getting aggressive, and that's an experience you can only have if you're visiting in September and October, when the crowds are a little bit smaller. So there are all kinds of stories that you can tell your visitors and potential visitors about your shoulder season. You just need to find them and you need to tell them. Now, you don't need a fancy camera setup. I'm lucky. I've got Derek here and his nice camera setup, and we're very professional out here in the forest. You don't need that. If you've just got a phone and somebody who can come out and film your story, that's all you need. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. The most important thing is finding that right piece of content, that right story to tell your potential visitors. Now, if you want to see an example of how this is done, head on over to the 1899 Inn website. This is a small bed and breakfast that I own. We're going to cut a video here in just a moment telling this story about this flower, so you can see how this is done. It's going to be very simple, very short, give you an idea of how you can do this for your own property or business. So if you like what you've seen here, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got other videos about ways that you can improve your marketing at your hospitality business or your outdoor brand, your attraction, your destination. You can also find us on the social media platform of your choice, and don't forget to check out our blog at TDG. Thanks so much.